They say the best things come from the work.
Today, the news came out that Jussie Smollett pretty much all charges were dropped against him.
Doesn't surprise me necessarily, but by no means should we think that this is him being innocent.
Right. And I think that's the narrative that a lot of people are, trying to run with. But I'm gonna play a clip right now, just coming in from Jussie Smollett, him talking after he was acquitted today.
First of all, I want to thank my family, my friends, the incredible people of Chicago, and all over the country and the world who have prayed for me, who have supported me, who've shown me so much love. No one will ever know how much that has meant to me, and I will forever be grateful. I want you to know that not for a moment was it in vain. I've been truthful and consistent on every single level since day one. I would not be my mother's son if I was capable of one drop of what I've been accused of. This has been an incredibly difficult time, honestly one of the worst of my entire life. But I am a man of faith, and I'm a man that has knowledge of my history, and I would not bring my family, our lives, or the movement through a fire like this. That's
a portion of what Jussie Smollett said, once again, after, getting the news like we all got today. Sandman, this victim role here, how do you feel about, this? Because we know that there was substantial evidence against him, obviously, and this is what the police department and the city is mad about right now, but he found a way to kind of walk away from this. What do you think about his statement?
I think he's full of shit. And man, now,
right.
Let's not separate, or let's separate the two. Do I think he deserved jail time? No. Do I think he's full of shit? Absolutely. Now, I see a lot of people in social media, they're going, well, a lot of people put blame on this brother. They tried to play that role. But you are negating the fact that he has two brothers and threw them under the bus fucking completely, because he paid for them to do this. He paid for them to orchestrate this attack. Then he tried to throw them under the bus once they came out. They didn't want to have them. They didn't want to be sitting in jail, so they told the truth. And now, again, by you making this statement, throw them under the bus. But we've seen on camera with our fucking eyes them buying the things that you said were allegedly done.
Yeah, it's selfish. It's selfish of him, and to play this whole victim role. I 100%. Agree, with you, for him to even try to do this. And it is what it is. I see a lot of people putting a lot of comments, all over the internet, pretty much saying that, what I mean? They don't know, what's going on, with this whole situation. And they think he's innocent of this whole thing, whatever, what I mean? We see clearly, what it is in this particular situation. And that kind of is what it is, man. Definitely surprised, though, that he walked away scot-free. But I remember what I initially said, though. I was like, I don't think, even though they're talking about 64 years, I don't think that he's gonna really, it's not that serious of a crime. Nobody was really hurt. It was just kind of like lying to the police. Yeah. All those type of things like that. They kind of trumped all that stuff up. So I don't know, man. Whatever. I mean, the dude to me is a sucker, man. That's gotta be real.
What he should be guilty of, and what he should have to do, is publicly apologize and admit his wrongdoing, because he still is completely naive to the fact that he did some fucking wrong. Right. And you a piece of shit for that, man.
He's gonna have to do, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he walked off. He's going to continue to play this role, obviously, and walk this. You know he is. I mean,
it's 2019, the year of the victim. I can't stand it.
I mean,
so corny, man.
Yeah.
You see, going back to Empire, if you care. I mean, I personally don't care. I don't watch the show.
Well, a lot of people were saying that the ratings were tanking, and it was almost, even threatening that the show might be altogether done. He maybe now at this point, I think it'll definitely, him being acquitted of this, clearing his record is definitely going to help him in a lot of instances. Definitely would have hurt him if he was convicted. So, he could play the victim role, try to get back in there. Obviously, now you got book deals, you got interviews now. Yeah, so you got, money's going to come in, revenue's coming in at this point. You may get a gig out of it at this point.
I'm going to say this. He's going to come back to Empire because Lee Daniels is going to bring him back to Empire, because Lee Daniels was involved in this whole ordeal to begin with. He is not innocent of the situation. He knew everything that was going on, and he'll be back with his buddy real soon. And I don't know having any inside information. That was just my gut feeling when this shit came out. I said Lee Daniels has something to do with it. Then I still feel like he does. He'll have his job back.
Yeah, all this could have been one big publicity stunt for all we know.
Maybe.
That kind of is what it is, though. But yeah, man, Jussie Smollett walking away today. The headlines all over the place. You heard it here on the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Oh God, and Sam, man. We going in today. If you're listening to this on YouTube, y'all know what I need y'all to do. Go ahead and hit the like button and share this video. Now, Sam, man, we talked about it yesterday. We didn't officially uploaded and put it out in the public, but we talked about Cardi B in an old video that we now found out is from 3 years ago, where Cardi B is pretty much talking about her time living in the street, that she pretty much, you know, drug men, you know what I mean, set them up to get robbed and all that type of stuff. Well, Cardi B did give a response, but before I play her response, I want to actually play the exact audio, which, you know, has her under a lot of heat and scrutiny right now. Here's Cardi B audio from about 3 years ago. Sorry, so that's Cardi B. You know, she came today, put out a statement. I put it up there on the screen, you know, pretty much kind of apologizing for it and trying to explain her way through it. But it was another meme that I sent you earlier, Sandman, and a lot of people now,
okay, I got you.
They were making correlations with the Bill Cosby, and I thought that would be, and I'll put it right there on the screen. And it says, it has Bill Cosby right next to Cardi B, and it says Bill Cosby was accused of drudging white women 30 years ago. Then it has Cardi B. It says admits to being a sex worker who lured men with sex and drugs and robbed them for her fiance, her career. Then it goes on to say black people dropped his ass like a hot potato. And it goes on with the Cardi B section, received thousands of messages from black people defending her. She did what she had to do, and everybody has a past. And we talked about it yesterday. And I agree, like everybody has a path. But when I seen this, though, I'm like, I mean, they got a little bit of a point here when you talk about, because everybody, and here's the thing, you know, and it's not anything racial. I don't agree with the racial part of it because it's all classifications. You know what I mean? I feel like we all the same people when it comes, you know, to Bill Cosby and Cardi B. But when you look at it, if somebody did it, they did it. If you drug somebody for something, you did it. You know what I mean? If Bill Cosby has to go down, not saying I don't want to see Cardi B go or anything like that, but I understand the criticism because it's a valid point. When she comes out, whether it be 3, 4, 5 years ago, and say, I used to drug cats, you know, and get them robbed and whatnot. You got Bill Cosby, who said he used to drug women 30 years ago, and now he's sitting in jail for it.
It's a little different.
I mean, how? I want to hear that.
I'm going to tell you how. Someone came out and blamed Bill Cosby for these actions. Bill Cosby didn't come out and say, yeah, back in the day, I used to drug women. He didn't come out and say that, and that's not why he was convicted.
So
he was convicted because...
So somebody came out with Cardi B, you'll be cool and say...
Would I be cool with it?
Right.
No, just like I wasn't cool with it with Bill Cosby because it's all hearsay at the end of the day. But in order for it to really happen, someone has to blame you for it. For her going off on a rant, for all we know, she could have been fucking lying. Was she telling the truth? 9 times out of 10, she was. But unless a man comes out and say, you know what? Yeah, she did do that to me. And I got X, Y, and Z, and I got this, and something makes something out of it. Right. What are we really talking about here? Now, I'm glad you took the race out of it because that was really fucking irking me how they were trying to steer that narrative. Because I didn't know Dominicans and now they got privilege. And I didn't know light-skinned people had privilege when it came to the fucking police and things like that in today's age. Right. And like I told you when I was joking about it, I didn't know Bill Cosby was that goddamn dark skin to be considered light skinned. It's just like that. That's kind of, come on, miss me.
That other part, I was kind of, I didn't agree with that. But I was like, damn, they made, you know, a point, you know what I'm saying, with that, because it was irresponsible for her. And you got, you know, I'm looking, you know, through different, you know, posts and stuff, and I see a lot of people are saying that she needs to be held accountable for that. And I get it because I understand. I know people that come from that type of lifestyle. Not to say I knew people used to drug people. Yeah, that's crazy. I never heard no shit like that. That's dirty. That's dirty as hell. Levels. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit people get shot and killed for and shit like that. You know what I mean? Where we come from for doing little shit like that. You heard about chicks doing that, but I heard about chicks setting people up before. I know a couple guys that got set up and almost got killed from a chick. One dude told me that the you know, God rest his soul, the dudes came in with a key. So how's they get a key? You and your girl got the key, go to landlord. So it's just like, you know what I mean? I get it though, man. I get it. But, you know, I think that it was one of those things where Cardi B has to just learn from. don't want to see her in any trouble. I want to see her continue to be successful. But they made a point, man. It's pretty crazy.
Well, what did she say in response?
He said, so I'm seeing